Hey guys, this is David Spade and Dana Carvey, and before we get into Ben Stiller, we just wanted to share a few thoughts about the other night with the Will Smith Rock situation. Rock is obviously a buddy of ours. We had him on here a little bit ago, and we have a common denominator, which is being bullied growing up. I was a certified pipsqueak and always being pushed around, and it really hit a nerve with me and Dana. Also, and Rock had talked about it on this podcast. I could jokingly say that slap in the face was a real slap in the face for comedy. But it is true that on a serious note, this is a dangerous precedent. That was the straw that broke Will Smith's back. It couldn't have been a medium rough joke, just bad timing. It was like a Jack in the Box that you hear ding 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 ding, and here's Chris Rock. So that was just the one where he decided to flip, and not sure what Will's going through. I've met him, seems like a decent enough guy. I'd love to see him in a roast. I mean, listen, comedy is rough. I just did a comedy special for Netflix, and there's some stuff in there that makes me laugh. People could get offended by. It's just the way it is. I hope roasts aren't outlawed soon. I mean, my God. I don't know. I just thought it dimmed some light on the other performers that night. You didn't really think about any other performer, anybody that won. It was just that. And they allowed him on stage again. I probably wouldn't have. Not a lot of defense of Chris right there and then at the show. Like other people are standing up and giving Will a standing ovation like nothing happened. I thought that was all very odd. And I honestly just don't think he should have been able to go get his award. I hate to say it, but there's got to be some consequence because you shouldn't be allowed to do that. Dana?
Well, first of all, I've seen real anger and experienced it. So the first thing I thought was I was triggered, because everyone talks about triggers, when I saw a very large person go full shithouse physical on a person who's not small, but much smaller. And that just like, whoa, viscerally just hit me. So I saw a bully. I was just taken back to my childhood. And, when I entered high school, I was 5 feet tall, 93 pounds. I looked like a fetus with shoes. But my point is...
Me too, dude.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I played one on TV. But this was not about Chris Rock. It was not about the joke. Something else is going on, especially the second time Will said, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. The energy and rage and anger of that was so extreme. So I don't really know, but mental health is a thing that I would just say needs help. Secondarily, where was security? Could anyone else have gotten away with that? It was very awkward. And then to give him a standing ovation, he had 45 minutes to kind of pull it together. He had Denzel Washington talking to him, other really smart people, Bradley Cooper, but he couldn't pull it together to apologize. Instead, sort of doubled down. I protect women. So
the word protect was heavy in there.
Yeah, I'm protecting. And then the next morning, he got that ring, ring. Hi, this is your publicist, Brian, and maybe we should talk, because then there was the apology. So I just looked at it as a bully. It triggered me, and I think it was kind of horrific and just felt bad. Chris is our friend and our colleague, and I don't want to see anybody slap like that at any time, on television especially, or anywhere. David?
Yeah, it's funny, Dana, when you get older, like us, when we were bullied, and I know Rock was bullied as a kid, a little skinny kid, and he said it really stuck with him, and it does. It's the root of a lot of things. I get me mad. I have a short temper, and any bullying in a car cutting me off, or a guy, if I'm on a date, coming up to me and looking at me and going, okay, I could take this guy, and so I'll hit on this girl right in front of him. Those little forms of it are there all the time. Yeah. So when I saw that obvious just walk up, hit him, and walk away, and almost like laughing, like, fuck you, what are you going to do about it? It made me spin out like, oh my God. So it bothered me all night. I thought Chris was pretty cool about it, of course. But what do? Your mind's spinning. I'm on live TV, a billion people. What's happening? What do I go down? Do I hit him back? I couldn't even read the prompt after that. I'd probably be going, I got to get out of here.
Chris handled it perfectly. And well, I give him a lot of credit for keeping it together after something like that, you know?
I actually thought Will Smith would walk up if he was staying and he's joking around, laughing, which was sort of more crazy in my head, or more, that's not a good word, but it was just more unusual. And then when he got his award, I would have said, what the fuck was I doing with Chris Rock? That was nuts. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought that for sure.
The jokes got to me. How stupid. I'm going to go back and tell him right now, thank you for this award. Whatever. Any acknowledgement would have just taken all the pressure out and gone, it was nuts. We'll still talk about it. But hey, something else is going on clearly. And I'm sure Chris is your friend. Like it was all tough to watch. So I don't have a ton to say about it other than what we just said. I mean, it'll all work out. Everyone will walk away, but definitely an odd moment in time.
You know, before that moment, of course, my relationship with Will Smith was just from afar as a very likable, positive person. So it's disturbing on so many levels. It gave everyone a relief from COVID and Ukraine, you know, so the whole culture has been rotated on this moment because it was so shocking. And I really just, I don't know. It's still going on because Chris hasn't spoken at this hour. Yeah.
I hope they make up. They seem to be. It seems they're friends, and like them to get back to that and have everyone live happily ever after. It's tough to live with that hanging over your head if you think someone's out there after you.
Hey, Lady Gaga, who's beautiful, but she's always working with really old people. Like, she gets next to Tony Bennett. She looks like a high school senior. Last night, they wheel out Liza Minnelli, poor sweet woman. And then Lady Gaga looks like she's in 8th grade. I know.
And Us Magazine immediately did who wore it better and who looked better. And that was unfair. Also, Dana, Regina, one of the hosts, beautiful, lovely woman. She did a bit that I have to say, as an observer, I'm for all forms of comedy, but if everyone else gets to complain, if it's a male host bringing the prettiest actresses up to analyze them and take them backstage
and grope them,
COVID test, then pat them down, it just wouldn't fly. I mean, I don't care. They're writing bits. Someone in the room should have gone, what if someone doesn't love this idea? But listen, fine. I just have to say it because I don't care. Just either let everyone do comedy in general, men, women, or just don't. But you can't say, you can't do this, you can do that. That's all. You agree?
Totally agree. It was really surprising. Maybe the Oscars are coming back now. If they have more fights, more politically incorrect things, and they go just ape shit, you know, maybe it'll become a huge winner again. I don't know. I mean, the only thing could have been bigger would be a melee. Chris fights back, and then you've got Nicole Kidman, who knows her way around the block. You've got Keith Urban coming up. You've got Costner probably with a shotgun stopping the whole fight. Tyler Perry would have gotten in there. So
Joe Jonas is ripped. He would have come down. There's a lot of people that have been trained to do movies like that where they have training so they can come in and something. I mean, I don't know if Keanu was there. He needed to be. It must have been tough for Chris to sit in the back and realize literally nothing happened. No one walked up, no security, no stop the show, no. It was just like, on with the show, this is it.
Standing ovation for the
standing ovation. Yeah. You know, it's hard to pull for the bully. I don't know. Will Smith, probably a great guy. Just in that particular instance, it was the bad guy to me.
I've talked to people who grew up not bullied because they were bigger at a young age and so forth and so on. Or maybe their father didn't bully them. They're like, what?
Yeah,
what?
They don't get it.
They didn't get it. But that's what my takeaway was. But I wish everyone the best in the end of the day. So I'm not a negative Nancy.
No. We'll all land on our feet.